What's up? It's Carcino once again, and the reason why I made this video is because people's misconceptions of the fact that they may be young, or the fact that they've just been watching YouTube, or just in general chat rooms, blog rooms, whatever they're called today, and the majority of them are uninformed when it comes to things like such as Tupac or like it's something as simple as where his name came from or what it means. I've seen somebody said peaceful warrior, gladiator, and like all these different things that's popped up when you mentioned Tupac Shakur's name. So I said, you know what? Who better to tell you about his own name than Tupac Shakur himself? So here's Tupac Shakur in an interview that he did with the foreign press about a week before he was shot.
There's nothing artificial about it. There's a gentleman by the name of Tupac Amaru. He was a freedom fighter, warrior, similar to myself, a chief, a leader, and he was for his people. The British told him, give in, throw your guns down, throw your stuff down. He threw everything down. He went to talk to negotiate for peace because the Peruvians was beating their ass. So he went to negotiate for peace. He walks into the palace. They cut off his head, cut off his arms, cut off his legs, tie him to a stake, and put him in front of his people. Like, see. So that always taught me about giving up. People ask me what my name means. I don't tell them like Tupac Amaru, but I just say it means determined because I'm determined to never ever negotiate again. We are in the midst of war. Nobody wants me to live longer than. Nobody's gonna give me the breath out of their mouth for me to live longer. So therefore, I'm not giving anybody the breath out of my mouth for them to live longer. I'll just breathe deeply and go through this life myself without bothering anybody, without pushing anybody else over. But on the same token, nobody ever will move me from where I'm standing. I like that.
And there it is. And if you ever need comprehension on that, there it is. Now you got something to fall back on. And many people, you know, have misunderstandings about a lot of things. And sometimes if you just go back and actually listen to the actual person, it clarifies everything, doesn't it? And sometimes we just don't have that luxury. But Tupac Shakur wasn't one to keep his mouth closed about anything. That was one thing before he was shot. Tupac was known for having a big mouth. That's it. He was very loud, big mouth. After getting shot 5 times, that became what he was known for the most at that point. Was getting shot 5 times. That became his new fame. Or Tupac was shot, period. But before that, it was all Pac in his big mouth. Then everything in people's perspective of him changed. Now, do some math. Juice came out in 1991. 1991 was the very first album Tupac ever put out. Tupacalypse Now in 1991. 5 years later, he will no longer be here. So think about all of his body of work was a span of 5 years. All the impact he had when he was here was in 5 years. Because prior to that, nobody knew who he was. Nobody was checking for him. But he got a chance to put his work out to the world. And now he's the most influential rapper today. So, and he's no longer here. 5 years. Look at the impact he had. Biggie had a run of what, two? maybe 2 years, 3 years. We only had 2 years of Biggie, 3 years of Biggie, and he was gone. And look at the impact these two had. So that goes to show you, people did, make some noise. It don't take long to make a impact. But that's all I want to say. I'm out.